think of it. Just launched right into it. So she looks like, Mary? Who's Mary? What? There's nothing about Mary. Who?
They point to her because we're taking her. Isn't she a part of your group?
It kind of looks like. No, I never seen her before.
Oh,
Not one of ours. She. What'd they do to her? She doesn't look healthy at all. I mean, I don't know what medical facilities you have on board your ship, Captain, but I mean, if she needs treatment, we can certainly tend to her. But yeah, she's not. Yeah, she's not one of ours.
Oh, Mike disappeared.
Oh no, we lost Mike.
Gonna have to see if the prince can use his powers on the Nazis to find out who she is.
Here. There's his character sheet. That was present and resolved. That's the telekinesis mental powers here. Oh, let's see that. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, okay. Awareness and resolve. Awareness and resolve. Ooh. And well, Nazi scientists need to get someone else to roll their dice for them. I just want to say that. The prince is like, I would be happy to. I am certain that I will have no problem extracting the information that we need. He heads back into the ship to go get up close and personal with the Nazi scientists.
All right. Suppose we have to contact some Earth's authorities here, tell them what we have.
Like, yeah, there's no. I wonder if any good to contact anyone here on Ganymede for that. You're going to want to contact. No, let's see. And gets out his book. Let's see. And that's not what we need. No. No, let's see. Okay. You're going to, there's no one really on Ganymede. It's still a bit lawless and kind of the domain of the mining corporations, kind of led to all the stuff happening out this way. You're going to want to contact Jupiter itself. There, the government has a military installation there. They'd be able to send someone to deal with your Nazi issue.
Yeah, let's contact them, tell them what we found.
All right. see.
And the Thargan just looks around, pretends he understands what's happening. Nods every once in a while.
That's what that's what I was thinking. Yep.
Yes. That's the way to go.
24, 25, whatever it takes.
All right. So you're going to contact the Anglo-American air docks set up high in the skies of Jupiter.
All right.
And you're contacting. So we're going contacting through official channels.
Mm-hmm.
You get a young lieutenant named Lieutenant Hendrickson. Anyway, American Lieutenant Erickson, the U.S. RR. What can I help you with?
This is Captain Clive Comet. I have apprehended Nazis on Ganymede. They actually had a base set up here.
Well, that gets his attention to Jose. You repeat that. Say again. Did you say Nazis on Ganymede? Nazi base on Ganymede?
Yes, I confirm that.
Well, Captain Comet, this is not a good thing. Are the Nazis there in strength? Do we need to dispatch forces?
No, we have captured them. They're in our custody. Our science officer is checking the remains of their base.
I killed the rest.
Well, you have capturing a Nazi base intact is easy feat. You have done a great service. Can we have the coordinates of the base and your present coordinates? We can come and arrange for a transfer of your prisoners and secure the base. Make sure that it does not fall back into enemy hands.
Yes, I transmit our location and the base location.
Am I nearby to this conversation, or am I in another room?
Do you want to be nearby this conversation?
I kind of do. The captain hasn't blocked me.
Unless captains are having this conversation from your quarters, and yeah, you can be there.
And what was the title of the person he's talking to?
He's talking to Lieutenant Hendrickson,
Lieutenant Hendrickson.
The U.S. Rocket Rangers.
Yes, Lieutenant Hendrickson. The captain here deserves a great reward for his bravery and Martian-type logical thinking.
Well, we will certainly look into that.
It should be done more than just looked at.
Well,
I have a prince here who could declare him as a Martian hero if you wish.
Yeah, Thargan, that's fine. That's fine, Thargan.
You deserve the credit, Captain. You did well.
That's fine, Thargan. Just
and if a Martian government one of the Martian governments wants to declare you a captain a hero, that is certainly their prerogative. The U.S. Rocket Rangers does not seek to limit the authority or infringe on the sovereignty of the Martian city-states.
Lieutenant Hendrickson, you seem to have trouble speaking. Do you Do you need any shame flowers?
Targan, that's fine.
What? You sure? I mean, he does not recognize what you've done.
He knows. That's
Okay. I will.
Why don't you go guard the prince?
Certainly. Anybody that goes find the prince.
Sorry about that. You know, Martians.
Yes. They can certainly be interesting to deal with. Yes.
Interesting is there's a way to describe it.
Exciting is a better way.
Certainly something here.
We'll await your arrival.
Yeah, we will be deploying from the air docks shortly. Should be at your position within a half hour.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
No, we're fine here.
Thanks. How are you?
Oh, that sucks, Mike.
Yeah.
And did you happen to reboot your modem or router or as part of the process? That'd be the only thing I could think of that would help anymore. Yeah.
This could be the internet service having a bad night.
True.
Yeah.
Sure, saying all this, and he may not be getting any of this.
Yeah. Gotta hate connection hiccups.
Yeah, it looks like he's frozen. He's in the same pose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stuck. Oh,
Oh, we've all been there.
right. At least made it. Yeah, all of us at least have dealt with it at least one time or another.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
Oh yes. I don't miss the old DSL at all.
Yeah. I understand.
Oh,
We have a game every Friday.
It's like, why? Why does it have to be like this?
Because.
All right. So.
What?
Hello?
Wrong error.
Okay.
Again, sorry. Remember that old show UFO?
Oh. It's been a while, but I remember it. But
Yeah, there was a video playing of it just came out in DVD, so they were just playing that sci-fi music.
nice.
It took. It says this takes place in 1980. None of that happened in 1980.
I don't think that all happened there, but okay.
Yeah.
The far, far future of 1980.
Yeah. It's like it's past 1999 and we still have a moon.
Yeah, I haven't blown that up yet.
I think we're approaching all the time frames they projected all the flying cars and stuff would happen.
This is the year Blade Runner happened in.
Well, true. Yeah, we've already beat like Back to the Future.
Yeah. Let's see. Didn't the eugenics wars in Star Trek happen like in '96 or something like that?
Yeah, I think so. That sounds about right. Remember there was something, 2000 and whatever. But yeah, Blade Runner.
Where Khan was from and whatnot there.
Yeah.
Any one of a number of Doctor Who milestones.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, for some reason my iPad's having trouble with that book, and that's not very nice at all. All right. No, it's just not responding. So, yes. If there's nothing else from Lieutenant Hendrickson, he will close the channel. And, of course, so swing over. If you were a TV show, we'd swing over to the rocket core scrambling at the air docks in Jupiter there.
And so you're using the Roy.
Yeah. Turn it off and on again.
Have you tried hitting it with a hammer? I don't know that it'd fix it, but it might make you feel better.
It'll make me feel better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's either Google having a moment or something happening somewhere upstream to your service provider or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, I did ask the.
Yeah, as a fun customer of Spectrum, I can say that it is an interesting experience.
They don't have that around here. I've never heard of Spectrum.
It
was Charter, and then they renamed themselves Spectrum.
It was in our area. It was Time Warner Cable, and then they became Spectrum. So I think whatever who Spectrum is just bought all the older crappy companies and.
There's a Time Warner Charter merger, and then they rebranded. And if we change our name, people will forget that we're terrible.
Right? Yeah. Probably. We'll take a tip off of Google.
I think Time Warner was up in Wisconsin. Here it's like AT&T, Comcast Infinity, and Wow.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I thought there was a name. Wow.
That's the one thing about movement. It's like I need good internet because that is how I'm going to make my living.
Right.
Oh,
it's important.
I love it when obviously my job when I would do the call center obviously depends on internet to have video calls, and whenever our internet goes down, the manager will get on the office or give them a call. Like, oh, we'll send someone down as soon as we can. And she basically said, no, you don't understand. every minute that we're not on the phones, we're losing X million dollars. So every minute you don't get here, we lose money. So I need someone immediately.
Pronto, chop chop.
Not when you get a chance. We need to be first on the list, or I might lose my job. Yeah. Of course, as an interpreter, I'm like, hey, I'm getting paid.
Oh darn, bummer.
You need to get a big cord and plug into Bob's.
Right.
Just go over to Bob's house. He's not using his internet right now. Bob, my internet's in the fridge.
Hey, you're tired. That's fine. I can use the computer.
Remember when
I'll be quiet. Here, you just go to sleep.
remember when I lived in Chicago, I knew the people in the building next to where I lived and upstairs. And they only had one cable account. So we were in cables from upstairs, downstairs, across. And the funny thing was, there was a mail slot, but we had to let the mail just pile up in the foyer, and it'd be like we turn on TV. It's like, oh, the cable's out. So probably go around and collect money from everybody in the two buildings. And then we had to take the bus down to the cable company payment center.
The joy of cable pirating.
Yeah. Our friend John, he said, he's like, you can move in downstairs where I'm at. You know the people next door, and we share cable.
What's fun like that?
It's fun living down there. It's fun living around people you know. It sucked being dead broke all the time, though.
Yeah, I gotta imagine that'd be terrible.
I think I ate eggs.
But not quite the good old days.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the insult, you come home, it's like, why is my back door open?
Oh no.
Where's my VCR? Where's my stereo?
Oh no.
Oh God. It's like, really?
Where are all my CDs at?
Go down to the pawn shop and find them again.
Right.
As you guys know, my favorite band is The Cure. And so they stole my whole collection, bunch of imports, bunch of stuff I had to hunt down.
Oh.
And after I got robbed, I'm walking home through an alleyway, and someone is blaring, kiss me, kiss me, kiss me out their window. I'm like, wow, I hate you.
Like, well, I know who has my stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm just going to step by your building real quick here.
Okay, so should we attempt to have the prince read these guys' mind?
Well, if the gods will allow it.
All right, let's give it a shot.
We determined that Mary, the young girl from the rescue from the Nazi base, did not is not from the Ganymede Study Collective base. They have never seen her before. So the captain has asked the prince to go read the minds of the Nazis to go figure out just where the hell she came from.
What could possibly go wrong?
That'd be great.
Does she is she amenable to simply answering questions?
She is still trying to recover from her experience. She's kind of in and out at this point. Not Cookie tried to do his best for her medically, but there's only so much he could do. Right now, she is under the care of the doctors here at the study group base, as they are a bit more equipped.
Okay.
Unfortunately, she's not in a position to answer any kind of questions right now.
Okay. So I assume that she is suffering from being physically damaged as a result of what the Nazis did to her, correct?
That's the current opinion. Whatever they did, whatever they had her strapped into, seems to have taken its toll.
Okay, I will do this. I go in and sit down with her once the doctors allow me to. Specifically, Captain, specifically what information do you want?
I want to see what they were doing to her.
It might be better if I speak to the scientist.
Why don't you try that first then?
Okay. All right. So instead, I go to where the scientists are being kept.
They're in the ship's brig, awaiting transfer. Probably about 20 minutes or so. The U.S. Rocket Corps will be here to take them off your hands.
How long?
About 20 minutes.
Wow. Don't give me much time. Okay. I looked them over. How many scientists do we have here?
You have 3 scientists.
I look at them. Does either one of them look more or less anxious than the other?
Yes. You've got 2 of them are sitting rather stoically on the benches provided in the cells. The other one is kind of sweaty and kind of pacing a bit.
I kind of do my graceful entry. And I just kind of stand there and watch them for a moment.
Right. The 2 that are being stoic aren't making any kind of No, they kind of, you make your entrance and it's more of kind of the kind of distasteful glare that one would come to expect from a Nazi. The other one, after a few moments of you staring at him, the one that was kind of sweaty and pacing, kind of like, what are you gonna do? Why are you here? What do you want?
I require information. It is my greatest hope that you'll be most forthcoming.
one of the other scientists who was doing their glare thing kind of barks essentially. It's like, Hans, you tell him nothing.
Hans. Hans. Well, now, that's quite the Earth name.
I think Weaver.
So, Hans has an interesting, what do the humans call it, Thagen? Mouthfeel. Yes, interesting mouthfeel. So, Thagen. No, wait. Hans. I'm so sorry. I'm so accustomed to saying your name.
Of course.
Hans. Come closer, Hans.
Kind of edges close. It's like, I shouldn't. He's right. I shouldn't say anything to you.
Hans, you already have come to understand what they are denying. The reality is you will speak. You will speak. You will speak from the very depths of your very human thorax, and you will spill forth words and truth. If you don't speak to me, and trust me, you want to speak to me, you get to speak to the Americans who hate you. Wait. Thagen,
Yes, my friend.
isn't it true that Martians hate Nazis more than anyone?
I do find that they're very contemptible and cowardly, and I do enjoy dissecting them.
I turned back around. I was going to say the Americans hate you more than anyone, but clearly that isn't true. We absolutely loathe you. So,
Sir, and sorry to interrupt. My apologies. I'll step aside and allow you to do your thing. Let me know if you need anything, any assistance or dissecting.
of course, Thagen, thank you. You're
Sergeant
not-
will remove himself to the corner and start sharpening his axe with a stone.
I say, now, Hans, now that my guard has left, you don't have much in the way of protection. So, if I were you, I would start talking and not listening to those fools over there who will eventually talk. If nothing else, they'll drug you into insensibility, have you explain everything that you were doing, and then allow the drugs to finish their work, burning up your nervous system in exquisite agony. Or you can just tell me what I want to know and they'll be a lot easier on you.
Choices.
How well is Hans holding up here?
I have identified the weak one and now I am culling it.
So, the one that barked out earlier barks again. Is like, Hans, you tell him nothing. Like, remember your dedication to the fatherland.
Hans? What's his name?
His name is Gerald.
What?
Hans, stop telling him things.
Did you say Gerald?
Gerald.
Okay.
So, all right. I use my telekinesis on him. I'm going to use my, actually, no, I'm going to use my speaker staff. I let it light up like a little star, and then I just hammer him. They didn't say we had to get him back alive. He.
Yeah, he's not really in a position to defend against that. Let's see if he's got any kind of. So you hammer Gerald. gets knocked around in his cell. Will say that he does, because I rolled really well. Gerald does maintain a stiff upper lip despite the fact that you just kind of knocked him around psychically in his cell.
All right, I do my level best to make that look like something I'm barely paying attention to. I guess. Wait, is that what is that? Like a composure awareness? What is that? I should probably test.
Yeah, let's see. That's going to be.
It's a presence, actually.
Yeah, okay. So you're going to try and pretend like you're not paying attention to that. Give me presence and subterfuge.
Ooh, I'm good at subterfuge. Okay. All right.
Is there anything that can be broken in the room, like a chair or just I don't know?
You want there to be? I'm fine with that. You want to? Yeah.
I got an 18.
So yeah, you look like that. You swinging around with just kind of you didn't even break a sweat or flinch or anything.
I didn't even look at him. Hush,
You didn't look at him. It happened.
Gerald. Don't listen to him, Hans. He's stupid.
In full view of Hans, I want to take a big old swing and just slice a chair in half.
Thargan
has triumphantly murdered a chair.
Yes, my friends.
It crumbles pretty easily under the blow of your hamak.
Do you have available to you the key to this cell? I believe Gerald wishes to speak with you.
Certainly, I can get that. One moment, sir.
So, while he speaks, we'll just call it speaking for the sake of argument. While he speaks with Thargan, you and I will have a conversation. Yes, Hans?
Yeah.
So, Gerald is gone from just maintaining an ultimate to like outward, just being, just standing there in defiance, despite the threats and stuff.
Oh,
the
that's
other
okay.
person, the other person whose name we don't know, is standing pretty strong as well. Hans, however, did not roll as well, and she's like, "Look! I don't." You see, kind of his glance goes to the chair that is just giving his life there. He's like, I don't. Okay. Look, what do you want to know?
Okay. Thank you. Start at the beginning. Tell me everything. Thargan, have you found the key yet?
Oh, right here, sir.
Well, take him with you and use your axe on him to get him to talk.
I will take him and start drag him around the corner. I will say that Thargan doesn't understand a bluff.
I'm not bluffing.
Okay. I just want to make
I'm not bluffing. Thargan, bring his remains back when you're done. They'll want it. Them, however many pieces there are, bring it all back.
Very well, sir. Do you have a certain amount of pieces you wish?
2, 3, I don't care. Well,
Okay.
now, Hans. Please.
Screaming persists.
Okay. Well,
My prince has given me an order, so it's off screen, so no one sees.
It's off screen.
So that way we can keep our PG-13. There's only screen.
Yes, yeah. These are slow cuts. Blood curdling screams. Hans, I'm sorry, you have to speak up. I didn't quite hear all of that. What?
okay. So,
The captain is
I was just going to type the captain may hear scream.
yeah, there's we're gonna kind of smash cut from this scene to the bridge. Yeah, it's kind of because the ship is quiet, right? Because you guys don't have the engines running, and so it's muffled, of course, up there on the bridge. But you and Cora, if you're on the bridge as well, you can so muffled screaming. Not like happy screaming, but kind of blood curdling screaming.
Intense pain.
I'm going down to the brig.
Poor Captain. I almost feel bad for John.
He's gonna need therapy after this.
I'm never taking passengers ever again.
He's, you know, he let us.
We could have to post another rule.
Another
Let me get this rule: no killing prisoners without my express order.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed with the college money. Okay.
So Hans is like, okay. You want, okay. Everything. What we say?
So,
and the base. You want to know about the base? What we were doing? And well, I and the others were recruited by the military for this project. There's a lot of resources on Ganymede, but the mining companies are all over the place. You've got freelancers and yeah, I mean there's efforts to destabilize relations in the army and the natives and whatnot, but that wasn't moving fast enough. So we needed something else, and it was hoped that or research out here would apply to other places, and the weapons would have applications elsewhere. I mean, and think about it: if you can psychically control wildlife and whatnot, I mean, you can't jam those signals. And well, I mean, yes, you can. You seem to find a way, but most people can't.
I just smile.
Well, and think about the applications. You could, imagine just unstoppable flora, just and plants and stuff, just battering defenses and whatnot. And then of course the shock troops come in. After the vanguard of easily reassembled, easily assembled, completely expendable, plant life, is expended. It's just,
I'm sitting
the
there.
idea. There's so much, biodiversity here that we can use so much of it here.
I'm sitting there with whatever passes for an information tablet and and it's probably this big, and I'm just plugging in information as he's speaking. Yes, yes.
Hold still.
Meanwhile, Captain, as you get closer to the brig, the screaming gets louder. You are clearly moving towards the source of it. You come around the corner and find Thargan is at the source of the screaming. He has one of the Nazis who is still alive. Looks like he has been. He is currently being slowly mauled by a hamak at close range.
If you keep wiggling, there cannot be a clear cut.
Target?
Yes, Captain.
What are you doing?
The prince wished me to turn this prisoner into pieces. There goes a leg.
Well, I'm going to say this for like in 1930s vernacular. That's some pretty fucked up shit right there. Go into the cell.
I'm sitting there in a chair, and I am just listening with focused attention to the Nazi in front of me, talking very quickly. And I'm taking detailed notes.
Next to the prince, there is the remains of a chair.
Oh, Captain, I am so glad that you could come and join us. I have procured for you a great deal of information about the operational aspirations of the Nazis and their current phase of plans that they are initiating across the solar system. This gentleman, Peter?
My name is Hans.
Yes, Hans. Hans has been most helpful. I explained to him that if he was helpful, I would not have thought and dismember him, unlike the other one over there, who needed to be dismembered in order for him to understand that he has made a serious tactical error. Now, Hans has decided that he likes his members connected to his body. Therefore, he has been most helpful and promises to continue to be helpful in the future. Isn't that right, Hans?
Yeah, I'll tell you everything.
Yes. Now that one over there, he is very stoic. He looks quite, what is the word? Recalcitrant. That is the word that I would use. Do you know how we punish recalcitrants on Mars, Captain?
Captain stares at you for like 20 seconds.
The Martian stares back unflinchingly.
Looks over to the Nazis. Turns around and leaves.
Oh, yes. Carte blanche. I believe that is the human term.
No!
No, not really.
I'm Captain.
You know what?
That's not a mistake.
I'll just let them figure out when they get here.
I look at the chronometer. How much time do I have left before we have to relinquish control?
We'll go with some 10 minutes at this point.
Jimmy,
Yes, Captain.
give me a scotch.
You got it, sir.
And a mop.
Yes, Prince.
We'll need a mop for all the fluids. So many different fluids in one thing. Humans, remarkably colorful on the inside.
As well as so yeah, we used, I mean, not here. I mean, so there's so much going on that, figured a few people wouldn't be missed. And you chalk it up to the natives, they're savages. And just out there, doing whatever they want to and whatnot, or maybe the miners got involved in something like that. So you keep people disappear.
I stare at them for a minute. The woman whom you abused is a human, right?
Yeah.
Do you have contempt for everything that lives, or just?
Well, not everything. I mean, she's not German. And
for a moment, the prince is actually speechless. You are a most intriguing creature. I don't even think you're properly human. You are malformed in some way.
I am not.
Oh, Hans, the malformation isn't in your body, it's in your mind. I can show you if you like.
Look, I have cooperated with you and told you everything you wanted to know.
Indeed you have. I will uphold the bargain. Thargan,
Yes, my friends.
toss the pieces back in the cell.
He does so.
This makes Niska look tame.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah.
Okay, Hans, thank you kindly. You will no doubt be rewarded in some small, tiny fashion for your compliance. No doubt you entertain notions of escape. Perhaps one day returning to your fatherland? Is that what they call it?
Yes.
I look forward to encountering you again. I stand and I glide from the room. Thagen,
Yes.
with me, please. We're going to see the captain.
He seemed to be upset earlier.
Hmm?
He seemed to be upset when he left.
Thagen,
Yeah.
I stop in the middle of the corridor and I look at him. There can be no doubt in the mind of your enemy that you are willing to do any and all things necessary to extract whatever it is that you want from them. The captain must learn. I look to you to assist me in teaching him. Humans do not understand war.
That is a fair point. If he is to be called Martian, then
He will have to learn how to fight properly. Now, let's go find him. I have thoughts. I turn and I glide away. I think the Time Warner internet thing has pissed me off so bad that the game has gone dark. I'm really sorry.
it's going into an interesting place there, Mike.
So,
So I blame this on Time Warner.
I'm like,
Look, I'm sorry, Nazi guy. It's not you. It's my internet. This is why you had to die horribly.
so, where's the captain currently? Where does the prince locate the captain?
Yeah. Where are you at, Captain?
I'm in my quarters. Keep it coming, Jimmy.
Okay.
You got it.
Don't, Jimmy.
Yeah, no, Jim. A drunk captain. Time like this is a bad. he
Jimmy
gives,
kind of listens to
he gives you.
Captain, I think maybe you've had enough.
Yeah.
Never tell a Navy man when he's had enough.
But the rocket corps is coming. You want to be presentable for them, don't you, Captain?
You know, I'll let Thargan and the Prince deal with them.
Oh, goody.
And that was when
As the official representative. What is the name of our ship again?
The Solar Star.
As the official representative of the Silver Star to the Rocket Corps. Yeah.
Jimmy, we need to make another rule.
Yes, Captain.
If we do not kill prisoners,
Aye, aye, Captain.
At this point,
yes,
Captain,
I chugged down my drink.
I have returned from questioning the prisoners. I have some thoughts I wish to share with you.
Okay.
I enter, as though the room were mine, but I know that it isn't. Captain, I am happy to speak with you regarding our successes in questioning the prisoners. As it turns out, we were able to utilize their weakness against them. primarily their extraordinary urge to survive versus their terror of pain. But more specifically, and I actually give him all of the information regarding what they're trying to do, the stabilization throughout the solar system, weapons research using psychic powers, utilizing shock troops and Vanguard, utilizing local flora and life and sophons. I think that's the word that they use in this game, utilizing local sophons as expendables in their effort to actually destabilize and further cement their power. I'm certain that he actually gave areas in the solar system where they were doing most of the work at this time.
What was that?
Did he give more specific information about where in the solar system they were focusing their efforts at this time?
From what he of course doesn't have the full breadth of their operational stuff, but they are very interested in Ganymede. He did reference that they are making efforts to they're making efforts to increase the destabilization by arming the natives in their fight against the mining corporations and the prospectors.
Okay.
And he mentioned that this was kind of a good place to test their abilities, as they would like to enhance their military with some psychic abilities and expendable plant life that can be used to soften defenses in advance of their shock troops.
Okay, and I relate that to the captain also. So it would seem, Captain, that if we were going to investigate this matter further in order to potentially disrupt the Nazi plan, we would perhaps need to start on Ganymede.
That's quite a lot of information, and all it took was chopping up one.
I considered the other in order to get more useful information. However, it seems potentially a waste, and Dawkins' axe got surprisingly dull hacking through the spine of the other one. So I decided that perhaps it would be better to spare Dawkins' axe and not have him damage it uselessly and allow the humans the opportunity to question the other prisoners.
Well, that's good of you.
I tried to be helpful, Captain, wherever I can.
Oh, helpful.
And weapons are expensive.
Well, I'm appointing you the ship's official representative when the rocket corps gets here.
You honor me. Beyond words, Captain. Beyond words. I do not have words. I bow deeply. Also, if it would be possible, would it be possible to put Thagen in for a commendation?
It's possible, but I don't think the authorities will look too kindly. See, we call that murder.
You call killing your enemies who would do worse to you murder? Oh, Captain, how silly.
Well, we did have him captured.
I fail to see the distinction.
When you have prisoners of war, you treat them well. It reflects on I think I hear the rocket corps landing now. You have work to do.
Yes, we smash cut to the bridge where the screens light up with an incoming rocket. The ship is being hailed Solar Star, this is the USRS Vigilance. Please respond.
You're right there, Cora.
I'm sorry, what was that?
The ship is being hailed. Solar Star, this is the USRS Vigilance. Please respond.
This is the Solar Sun. How can I help you?
We are coming in for a landing near your position. We have been advised that you have captured Nazi scientists to transfer to our custody.
Roger that.
Roger.
Excellent. We will be landing in approximately 1 minute. You want us to send contingents over to secure the prisoners, or do you need to bring them? Are they already secure? You just need to bring them out to us.
Why don't you send someone over?
Bring a bag.
I want to send a cleanup crew too.
No, we've already mobbed.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Oh, that's good. Captain appreciates that.
Well, we aren't messy. We're Martians.
Did they know how many scientists we captured?
Exactly. I mean, hit them, both of them. Yeah, it's fine.
Maybe 4 in this bag, and
Oh.
Just bring that bag to over that bag.
sorry, I'm feeling a little dark side myself today.
This is bringing back my dark period too. And take their shoes off.
No, right?
Am I going to have to look up the rules for vehicular homicide in this game too?
But we naturally we make our way very quickly back to where the prisoners are in order to receive the Rocket Corps personnel. So he actually I guess it's our airlock then, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, I await them.
All right. So yeah, a rather sleek-looking rocket settles in next to the Solar Star. It of course is emblazoned with the logos of the U.S. military and the Rocket Corps. Weapons are clearly visible. It's not a not a full-on battle cruiser or anything like this. It's more just kind of a cruiser, but still impressive.
Big show.
Of course, it lands. It's some elevator comes down, and you have a trio of Rocket Corps officers or trio of Rocket Corps personnel come out with an officer and two other well-armed enlisted men are with him. So they come marching up to your ship there.
All right, I cycle the airlock when they are within, and I greet them courteously. Greetings, gentlemen. Welcome to the Silver Star.
Oh.
My name is Prince Astionex. This is my man Thagen.
Kind of nods like, well, Your Highness, I am Lieutenant Cornell of the U.S. Rocket Corps.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Allow me to lead you to the Nazi prisoners.
Excellent. He kind of motions to his men, and they're following. Like, have they given you any trouble?
Well, yes. There was a bit of awkwardness during questioning, but myself and Thagen were able to quickly bring the situation under control.
Oh, that's good. Thank you for starting the interrogation process. Of course, we do request that copies of anything you were able to any intel you were able to gather from them be turned over to us.
Absolutely, of course. We will, of course, provide any information that you require, and absolutely all copies of the interrogation will be provided to you. So, now, as we get to the Nazis, and here they are. That one right there, that is Hans. That one over there, I didn't ask his name, nor did he provide it. There was another Gerald.
Before you complete that sentence, when you come around the corner, you find that you have 3 Nazi prisoners.
We're all kind of like, is one of them Gerald?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to do a psychic thing. I'm going to attempt to determine whether or not that is in fact Gerald.
So cool.
I'm going to have to spend the story point, as I recall, right, in order to use it.
Yeah, to use your psychic ability, yeah, you're going to spend a story point, and you're going to make awareness and resolve roll. You're going to get a +4 bonus to that roll, and you're going to roll against his resolve and strength.
You say a presence and resolve?
You're making awareness and resolve with a +4 bonus.
Okay.
Well,
22.
Well, that is a successful style. So yeah, you easily get into his mind, and it is most definitely Gerald. And boy, is he confused.
Okay, not the only one then. Okay.
This is awesome.
He remembers being in excruciating pain, and now all of a sudden he is back staring at you guys with Rocket Corps personnel, and he has no fucking idea what is going on.
Wait, so he's seen the bloody tatters of his clothing.
And he just does not fucking know what the fuck is happening here.
Prince
smiles broadly, and he grabs the bars briefly and then backs off because he's so excited by what he just realized. He says, "So, as I was saying,
Prince,
Thagen, but Thagen,
I'm certain that
Thagen."
Thagen, shut up.
Right, I know. I think Thagen gets real close and leans up to the board.
So
Gerald takes like 5 steps back from you. He's like, fuck.
So, after thorough questioning, it became evident that something was most unusual about that one, the one who goes by Gerald, the one in unfortunate clothing. It was unnecessary. It was unnecessary pretext, I'm afraid. You see, I had Gerald taken aside, and based on my theories, dismembered. I know upon its face that it would seem that that was perhaps excessive. However, I do not quibble over much with the notion of thinking that the Martian that they would have done any less to us. However, the point is, I have a sneaking suspicion that the Nazis had done some kind of experimentation with Gerald, and it seems that Gerald is capable of regeneration from full dismemberment.
I could illustrate
All right,
once again.
Well, let me tell you that Gerald is like at the back of his cell when you're talking about experimenting. Lieutenant Cornell's, I was like, oh, well, that's not good. We cannot have the Nazis with some kind of immortal death troopers.
Might I suggest a vat of acid? See if we can regenerate from that.
Well, that's not going to be up to me, but I guarantee you the eggheads are going to love looking at you there, Gerald.
I am so glad we had the opportunity to speak, Gerald.
Gerald is just kind of cursing at you, probably cursing at you in German. It's hard to tell. You guys know German?
I'm like, well,
English are open. Argon barely knows English, so yeah, you don't know what he's saying. It sounds bad.
It sounds, ooh, ew, what in the hell is that? It looks like Martian Dead is what it looks like. It really does. It looks like Maduri Martian Undead is what it looks like.
Oh, the picture? Yeah, that's basically Ice Zombie from Game of Thrones.
That's after a battle, and he just went like this, and all the dead rose and joined his army.
Oh yeah.
You got a problem.
That's not cool.
No.
That ain't cool at all. I take it this was from
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, Thagen, I expect you to be able to command the dead here very soon.
I guess
I don't think I'm told again.
I will attempt to do that, sir.
I love giving him unreasonable.
I know. Make the mental note. Learn how to control dead.
Command the undead.
Means I must kill something and then try to control it. Okay.
Sure, that'll work out.
So now, do you have any further questions? I regret that the captain is unable to receive you. He is unfortunately unavailable at this time. However, he has instructed me to provide for you the full complement of anything that you require from the Silver Star. Perhaps refreshments before you go, or would you perhaps need time to rest a bit?
I don't think anything like that. We'll get these guys over to the vigilance, and like I said, I got a feeling that that one's going to be Winston Gerald, going to be of great interest to us. And I said, if you just give us, what you got from them during the interview, and I don't know.
I pull out the tablet and I simply present it. My recommendation, and I do ask that you take this quite seriously. You will want to sedate them, all of them, and keep them sedated until you reach your destination. We do not know the extent of the full range of their regeneration. Sedated and monitored closely.
I was like, what? Regeneration? What? I don't know what they're talking about.
Thargum will point at Hans. That one scares easily and talks a lot when scared.
He also pees. He pees frequently. You should be aware. Protect your shoes.
Lieutenant Colonel, so I was like, well, then Hans and I are going to become close personal friends.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll take this. I don't know what if you guys filled out reports or anything like that. But if when you guys get a chance, if you could just kind of send us some kind of written report about what you your encounter there at the base. We're heading over there next to get that secured and start the investigation over there. If you could just send us an action report as to what you found, how you found it, that kind of thing, what you encountered.
The captain will provide any necessary reports as soon as he can.
Wow. In that case, we'll take these three off your hands. Again, on behalf of the U.S. military and the U.S. government, thank you all for what you've done. You've done a great service for the United States.
It is my greatest hope that in the future, the United States and Mars may be able to align ourselves against the threat of the Nazis.
Well, that's that's the idea. One of these days, it's going to come down to shooting. Yeah, they're going to round up people there.
It was a pleasure making your acquaintance, Colonel Connell. I will forward your name onward to the Martian consulate in order to that they may make note of you and how grateful and kind that you've been in this endeavor.
That's mighty kind of you, Your Highness.
I nod.
Hope to see you guys again sometime.
Indeed.
He takes the prisoners. Hans is like, he's talking crazy. I don't know what.
I wave at them.
We want to make a comment to the prince, but Thargan would not think of it, so never mind.
Thargan, did you clean up all of that blood?
You'll notice that the blade, his axe blade, is spotless. He's still covered in blood on his uniform, though.
Thargan, you will harvest every drop of blood that is still on your uniform. Immediately. Go now. Go straight to the medical lab.
Yes, sir.
Go. Tell them you need the blood carefully removed. It needs to be analyzed and synthesized and examined. Go.
As you wish.
I stand and
He will walk, like trying to hurry, but not walk quickly so it spills blood. So he's like almost like shuffling to make sure he doesn't drop any.
Okay, I'm going to do a player interruption here. Jimmy appears to the prince. You know, Prince, the captain does have a rule against unauthorized experiments now.
Oh yeah, that's right. So Jimmy would actually say that while blocking Thargan's advance. Jimmy would just like appear and like talk around you.
I see. I stop and
you're gonna need the captain's authorization for that one.
I look at the prince to see if I have permission to push forward or stop.
Okay, no, I don't want you to test your might against the unkillable child. No,
I don't want to fight the deity.
No, he's a quantum entangled, unkillable child. You will not test your power against that. So I immediately key up directly to the captain. His quarters in the bridge. I don't know.
Quarters last time we talked, I thought.
All right, I key up to the captain's quarters. This is Prince Astyanax.
Yes, Prince.
Captain, the Rocket Corps have left, and I understand that you have instituted a order that no unauthorized experimentation is to take place without your express permission.
That is correct.
Captain, right now, Thargan is coated in the blood of a Nazi who is capable of regenerating from being hacked to pieces.
Wait, what? That Nazi came back to life?
Yes, he is. And it is my fervent hope that you would allow us to take the blood that is still coating Thargan's uniform and have that blood analyzed and hopefully synthesized in such a way as to understand what exactly they did
I authorize only up to analyze.
I look at Jimmy.
Jimmy steps out of the way.
Oh, Prince. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jimmy, tell him about the new rule.
Oh, that's right. Captain's also got a new rule: no more killing prisoners.
So I can't kill them.
That's
But
the rule: no killing prisoners.
I can adhere to that rule. I will never kill another prisoner again.
Does
Is
that mean we need to make sure
Alright.
they die before we take them prisoner?
Or no. Either that or once we have them, we must ensure that no matter what we do to them, they don't die. That's
Very
also
well.
reasonable. We can do that.
Okay.
Does it count if they die and we bring them back?
It's technically dying.
But then
You can't kill them.
are we concerned with their end state or maintaining a certain state? I mean, Captain, these are distinctions that must be ironed out in advance.
To prevent misunderstanding.
Jimmy, amend the rule.
Yes, Captain.
No prisoner shall be harmed in any physical manner or killed.
You got it. No more harming or killing prisoners.
Are we just going to love them until they give us information, Captain? That's no.
I'm not responding.
I say as I'm keying off, but not quite completely off before I say I'm mumbling it. It's no wonder you haven't won this war yet. Click. But you can tell that wasn't quite, you weren't really supposed to hear that. I am annoyed, terribly annoyed.
Oh, good. Now he knows how I feel.
Largan is annoyed because he killed something and it didn't stay dead. That's unnatural. Does that count as a kill or not? I mean, now my count's off. I mean,
I already made
It's
partially
like
dead. I mean,
kill number 4005.
scratch out 4004.
4004 and a half. Boy.
All of a sudden Gimli appears. That doesn't count.
Right. Wait, can I have him back? Because that means I can kill him multiple times if I count each time. No.
Is it like a half kill every time? Because he keeps coming back. All right. I do also, Jimmy, could you please let Sickbay know what's coming? So that
You got it, Prince.
the appropriate.
And Jimmy is at the lab before I get there, even though he did not pass me.
I know, it is so freaky. I make my way through the ship. I'm not going anywhere in particular. I'm just kind of walking and thinking. I am nodding to everyone. I hand a crowbar to oh, is it? It was to Tag and Binks.
They're
They're
not.
not here actually.
Oh, they are here? Oh, okay.
Tag and Binks are with Kama at the Nazi base.
Okay. I swing by Ramani's room. Ramani is still locked in, right?
Yeah, you see there's like 3 different locks. It's the only door with that many locks.
Guys, I'm getting hungry.
I just slide a key under the door. Shing. As I'm gliding by, I don't say anything. He doesn't know where that came from.
But it's locked from the outside? Does the key work?
Yes.
No, I love it. No, never mind.
No, they're locked from the outside. I hand him a key on the inside.
Right. Okay, I love it. You offered help. Here's the key you need.
I know Ramani. This will take him at least 30 minutes to work out what's going on there.
Slowly shuffling. I don't drop any more blood.
Okay. And then eventually I find my way back to the captain's quarters. Knock, knock, knock.
Who is it?
It is I, the prince.
Come in, friends.
I walk in. And I close the door behind me. And a word, Captain.
Yes.
I feel that I have displeased you.
Really? How so?
You gave me, I guess you gave me an instruction. And I fulfilled. No, I exceeded the requirements of your instruction. And you've made it very clear that you are unhappy with the means by which I accomplished this task.
Yes.
I see. Could you perhaps detail for me in no uncertain terms so that I do not make a similar mistake in the future what it is that you are displeased?
Well, when we take prisoners, we don't physically harm them. And we definitely do not hack them to pieces. What I thought you were going to do was you go in there and use your mind powers to find out what they're up to.
Why would I do that? It's far less energy efficient to let Bargain hack into pieces. I see. I see. You perceive the invasion of someone's mind to be far less overtly violent than hacking them to pieces. Which, by the way, I could categorically tell you that is not necessarily true. Would it be acceptable to you if I made the person think that they were being hacked to pieces instead?
I suppose that would be fine.
No, actually, there is no functional difference. But but okay then, Captain. I will not restrain myself from that. I will let them think that they are being hacked to pieces. Captain, it is my fervent hope that at some point, somehow, you begin to understand there is value here. And when I say here, I mean in Mars. I can understand that there are some distinct cultural differences. We'll call it that.
I, for once, agree with you.
However, I do not think you understand the magnitude of the war that you are fighting. If you did, you would blow up planets. Hopefully, you will learn, and you will learn from our example that if you're going to blow up planets, make sure you have a secondary plan. The Nazis will do any and everything. They're doing unspeakable things on my world as we speak, and no one is stopping them. And you will let them run amok in your solar system? And you want to talk to me about being more noble than the enemy? It is your ship, Captain, and I will conduct myself aboard your ship as you have stated. I will. But understand It is my only desire to make sure that this ship's crew lives on to fight this scourge. And to that end, were it up to me, I will utilize any and all measures necessary. I respect you greatly, Captain. I will do as you ask.
Thank you, Prince.
Turns around and he glides out of the room.
Jimmy,
Yes, Captain.
fill her up.
Oh, Captain, Cora thinks you've had enough.
Jimmy, I have homicidal Martians on my ship. I'm a crazy Venusian scientist.
You
To
have
be fair, he's your roping captain.
Scientist.
Yeah, you have a variable UN of different individuals on your ship.
I have to keep making rules because people don't know how to behave properly.
No. We know how to behave properly. We just choose not to because this is the time and place for that. We know how. We just don't.
And Cora thinks this is her ship.
It is my
It
ship.
is her ship.
Now fill me up. Go, Cora, let's get on our way. Get the shipment we're supposed to get. And get off this weird ass strange moon.
Why'd you man up and be the captain? Tell me your damn self.
I'm not up there.
Doesn't matter.
I'm having an existential crisis.
Existential. You know why? Because yeah, you want to disagree with the Martian, but he's making sense. And that's what's got you nervous. The Martian starting to make sense.
So Jimmy kind of stands there and things like, but is drinking really the answer to that, Captain?
Yes. Yes, it is, Jimmy.
I think it sounds like you need someone to talk to.
We need to pick up the next passenger.
You know who I could talk to, Jimmy?
Who?
Talk to Dobby. No, I could talk to Eddie.
Good luck there.
No. Eddie's perfect. Eddie doesn't really need you to respond to anything Eddie actually says. He will wax poetic for hours on end, making point after point about Queen and country. Oh, yes.
Or Yorkshire pudding.
I hit the comm. Cora,
What?
let's go pick up Tags, Banks, and the scientist. Get off here.
Jeez, are you in a mood?
The prince returns to his quarters. And Jimmy.
Yes, Cap. Yes, Prince. Sorry.
You know, it's so awkward.
Who we're talking to? Oh.
What is it that the captain drinks?
He drinks scotch.
I would like some of that.
You got it.
I think
Can we get you a scotch?
All right. I sit down. My work is done for the day, as far as I'm concerned.
Meanwhile, there's a knock at the captain's door.
Who is it now?
It's Ruby. You should be in it.
Best NPC ever.
Well, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, thank
You have to wonder, am I hearing this because I'm drunk? Or is that
No, it's okay. Go ahead and go to the
You just kind of hear weird mumbling as it disappears away from your door.
I run a flying insane asylum.
You should rename the ship Flying Insane.
Flying Insane Asylum.
It's the name of my garage band.
You guys remember Treasure Island where they had the song Cabin Fever? Or
Awesome.
this one's ship now a floating insane asylum.
Oh, that is delightful.
Captain goes to bed. Mom told me to be a dentist. Maybe I should have been a dentist.
Maybe spaceship captain. He said it's fun. He said.
My mother told me to grow up to be a prince. Grow up, be a prince. It's nice.
right?
like, ugh, prince, ugh.
Oh man.
Excuse me.
So our 8-hour sleep cycle runs because we're in space.
Yeah, so we collect collecting Tag and Binks and Kama from the Nazi bases. Not that big of a deal. The vigilance with Lieutenant Cornell is already out there as well. They're making their sweep of things. What?
We still got Mary. We didn't turn her over.
Yeah, we still haven't found out why she's not recognized either.
Yes.
That was that's my question. What
about Mary?
What about Mary? What do you guys?
We have another passenger.
Why is there a guy playing guitar and singing?
So,
Another female around.
I go to see Mary first thing in the morning.
All right. So that all happens. Mary is on board the Solar Star. You guys pick up Tag and Binks and Kama. Kama goes immediately to his lab. Apparently, he found some rather fascinating things, which he's not prepared to share yet, but he has some work to do. So he immediately disappears into his lab. Tag and Binks go and find somewhere to crash because Kama seems to have found them ragged.
Who's doing the genetic engineering?
The Nazis were.
I mean, on the ship.
Sorry.
The ship that's going to fall under Kama's ability.
Okay, all right. Because
he'd be the only one having him. He'd be the only one with the enough advanced science knowledge to do something like that.
Because the only other one that I was thinking, I was like, we'd have to go back to Mars. Mind you, Mars are pretty good at the whole genetic engineering thing. They just don't.
Yes.
But there's a whole thing, you being under penalty, running for your life.
Well,
Might be an issue.
It's not like they would not appreciate the sample to take a look at one way or the other. It's a thought. But I go and see Mary.
All right. If he's in the medical bay under Cookie's care.
Is she awakening, or is she still semi-conscious or unconscious?
She seems to have perked up a little bit. Seems to be regaining her strength.
All right. I go ahead and sit down.
She has a tray of food in front of her. She seems to be kind of poking at it. It ostensibly looks like pancakes. And she's like, why do these pancakes taste like corn?
Wrong person.
Oh, I am so sorry. Jimmy.
Yes, Prince.
Hi. Our guest needs pancakes that don't taste like corn and instead taste like pancakes with maple syrup and butter. I believe that's what you usually eat that with, yes?
That would be good, yes.
And would you like some eggs and sausage? I'm talking to Mary. Yes, Mary?
I'm really hungry. Yeah, that would be great.
Eggs, sausage, pancakes. Thank you kindly, Jimmy.
Spam, 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 spam. Egg.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
So it is good that you are awake, Mary.
I still have a headache.
Yes. Mary, I have a couple of questions.
I'll try to answer them.
Were you capable of psychic abilities before the Nazis? I'm assuming the Nazis forced you to do this.
I wasn't there willingly. That's for certain. Well, I not that I really knew of. I used to have dreams that would sometimes come true, and kind of things like that. Grandma, you call them like premonitions, that kind of thing. There was kind of pauses. There was an ad in the paper. I responded to an ad in the paper. I'm this paper.
Actually, a moment. I think perhaps you should be telling the captain this. And I hit the ship's intercom. Captain to sick bay.
Captain wakes up. Puts on his uniform. Goes on his sick bay.
By this time, we're enjoying breakfast.
Yes, Jimmy has appeared with an incredibly delicious short stack of pancakes, eggs, and sausage, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, she's eating. I occasionally eat a bite off her tray. Captain!
Yes.
It is pleasant for you to have joined us.
Wow. Thank you very much for the invite.
Mary is awake now, and I have instructed Jimmy to provide breakfast for the captain.
You got it. And here's Jimmy with an identical tray of food.
I stand up, move out of the way, and gesture towards a chair for the captain to sit. Mary has a great deal to tell you, Captain, and I wanted to give you the opportunity to learn that information firsthand. However, if you should have any questions for me, I shall be somewhere about the ship.
Great.
Good day, Captain. And he glides out of the room. Now, where's Tharkin? I've not seen him today. I have to go find him. I go up in search of Tharkin. Tharkin. I just randomly say his name. Where is he? Normally, no matter where I say it, he hears it. It's most distressing.
He does not respond.
Oh. That is cause for concern.
Oh, did Sargon hit the chocolate ice cream again?
Oh no. No, this time it's a chocolatey eclairs.
No, you will find Thargan in the galley with a, I guess it's 1920s future. I have a data pad and I'm reading
On how to control the dead.
I'm reading an instruction manual called Frankenstein.
Necromancy and You, a primer.
And he's taking notes.
How to cook for friends.
How to cook for friends. How to cook for friends.
Spelling is important.
This is very important, these tales. Must start with garlic. Rub them down liberally with garlic and olive oil, no matter how much they squirm.
Now, they'll probably try and fight you on this, but most sane people would.
And applied around the mouth, watch for the teeth. They will bite. They're really upset right about now.
I was on Family Guys watching an episode. They had a Looney Tunes, like a cooking show. Because like, Elmer Fudd, I'm really disappointed in your what you prepared. It was just a rabbit in a bowl. Oh, well, I added carrots. Yeah, I saw that. He was washing himself with the carrots.
It's a rabbit in a bowl. They're like, yes, I wander. I guess I wander until I eventually find him in the galley. I realize what he's doing, and I don't stop him.
Taking notes.
I think next I'm going to try to have him find the purple orange. These things are good for him.
He's got 2 or 3 pages notes on the sightfulness of the Shelley. Yeah. Not realizing it's fiction.
Why is this forbidden?
All right. So while that is going on, we can smash cut down to the Captain Mary having their pancake breakfast.
So, Mary, what is this that you that the prince believes that you have to tell me?
Well, he was asking me about how I ended up with the Nazis. I'm not about if I had said they were psychic powers before, and I was telling him that sometimes to have dreams that later come true, or premonitions and things like that, and responded to him. Was an ad in the paper in New York there, where I lived. I guess I lived. I don't know how long I've been gone. It kind of blurs together, but it was an ad. It was offering to pay people a couple $100 for testing to unlock the powers of the mind, and that's a lot of money. I didn't have a lot, and
So did you meet these people in New York?
oh, and the scientist guys, no, they weren't there. It was a nice, nice guy. It was and he said his name was Reginald. Kind of pauses like he's trying to recall something. Reginald Smith. He was studying psychic phenomenon. In humans, because there's other races in the solar system that have psychic power, and he believes that humans could unlock that and be on their level. I didn't really care that much. I was just mostly there for the money, and it was trying to figure out what card he was holding behind the screen and stuff like that. And there's about a dozen of us there, and three of us made it to the final round of testing, and we were supposed to. It was one last round, and we were going to get paid. It was supposed to be the big test to prove conclusively that we had ability, and I was taken into this room, and then I don't know. Next thing I knew, I was in that lab that you found me in.
I think you need to talk to the Rocket Corps.
Tell whoever you want. Those guys need to be stopped. So they're pumping me full of stuff, and then in a chair, and I didn't know I could. I didn't even know what I could do. It's like I was a plant, just attacking things.
If I understand, that's exactly what was happening.
That stuff is real? Did I hurt anyone?
Yes.
Oh dear. I didn't mean to. I didn't know what I was doing. Are they okay?
Not everybody. Not everybody. Let's go up to the bridge. We'll make a call.
Absolutely. And given the time, I think on that note, that's where we will end it for the evening. You muted there, Mike.
I was saying, quote of the night should be, I hate it when I dismember something and it does not